In today's video, not only am I going to make an incredible museum, but I am also going to fill it with not just 1, 2, or 3, but every famous painting in the world. Also, with Minecraft turning 15 this year and the 15 newly released paintings coming out, this museum will be the perfect home for the new artwork. The greatest pieces in the world deserve a grand building to call their home, so I threw together this small museum. 500 blocks long and 1.2 million blocks in total? Yeah, I'm definitely going to regret this. In the past 7 months, I've experienced 2 major moves that consumed all of my time, but now that I'm settled, I am thrilled to finally complete this project. Despite the challenges, I've just finished up gathering materials for this museum right about now. And while I couldn't film everything due to the chaos, today I am fulfilling promises and diving back into the project. With all the materials we need here, let's get to it and build up this grand museum. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome it feels to have this build done. I mean, it is insane. The sheer scale of this thing is just unbelievable. I mean, it takes up the entire screen. I'm at a loss of words. It is just so cool. I mean, coming in here and just opening up into this giant cherry tree, I might have to do something about these guys and do a little bit better spawn proofing. And the interior is most definitely not complete, but it is such a great start. And the planning and gathering and just everything on top of it was completely worth it now that it's built here in the Flatlands. And I love it. I love it. It's so cool. I spent over 50 hours building this museum in Tree Up and spent about 100 hours waiting for the roof to oxidize, so give the video a like if you've enjoyed it so far. And if you want to see me lose my sanity over the rest of the video, then subscribe. Maybe we'll hit 1,000 subs this year. Maybe. It feels surreal having this in my world now since it has been in the works for the past half year. But we can't stop now because I have some promises to keep, and to keep them, I'm going to need to find some inspiration. This project is really getting to me. With countless hours, days, and even weeks put into it, I am getting pretty burnt out, and I still have much more ahead of me. If I am going to recreate every famous painting in the world, then something needs to change.
We're here in Manhattan to get some inspiration and motivations for the paintings that are going into the museum, but also to relax and reset from all the hard work done so far. The weather here is terrible right now, so I'm mostly going to recap the trip with photos of all the spots we hit.
To get out of the rain, we took the subway to my all-time favorite museum, the Modern Museum of Art. Inside was absolutely crazy, bustling with people trying to get out of the rain. We got to see my all-time favorite painting, Starry Night by Van Gogh. It was absolutely surreal getting to stand so close to this iconic piece of work. The MoMA has so many incredible pieces, including Water Lilies by Claude Monet, The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali, and so much more. There was this trippy piece of work done by Jesus Rafael Soto that I thought was pretty cool, and this pretty funny piece by Edward Russia that I just had to show you guys. There was also this floor-to-ceiling projector showcasing some AI-generated art that was extremely satisfying. I stood here way longer than I'd like to admit. This trip was just what I needed. We spent the rest of the weekend sightseeing different parts of the city, and by the end of the trip, I was ready to get back on the grind. Back home and well rested, it was time to sit down and get to work. The first map art on the list is Starry Nights, so first I need to find a good spot for it. This area should do the trick, it's just far enough from my base that I'm not going to see it. Map art can definitely be pretty daunting, but with the use of this website, I can go through and choose exactly which blocks I want to use, since we are very limited here in Superflat. Also, with the use of Lightmatica, I am shown exactly which blocks need to be placed in every given spot. So all that's left to do is gather all the resources. The first block on the list was clay, so I visited my clay farm to gather up all we needed, along with my super smelter for every kind of terracotta that will be used in the painting. Next was gathering all the materials necessary for the carpets. I stopped in my wool farm just to see how much we had stocked up, but after going through the chests, I found that we had quite a lot, but not enough for all of the carpets that we're going to need in the future. I decided to use a simple yet also not simple design for duping any color of carpet I will ever need at the map art site, and after several problems, I managed to get it to work for every color and gathered every carpet necessary for the first painting. Okay, I think I fixed it. Definitely don't pay attention to this dirt or my levels. Nothing happened. Don't look at the cape. There were some small problems that happened while I was building this. I mean, I first had every single one next to each other, and these pistons could not push everything connected to them. I made it so that they alternate every single color, and each of these levers will power these carpet dupers. Ow, stop. Each of these levers are gonna power each color individually. So whatever I need, I can just go boop, boop. And as you can see, some of them get lodged out, but for the most part, they pretty much all get collected with no problem. And they also do not get locked like they used to. After this, it was just a matter of collecting the rest of the random materials provided by Lightmatica, including sand, lapis lazuli, oak planks and leaves, and much more. Now that all the materials have been gathered, let's get to it and start building up our first famous painting. This looks insane, but before we move on to the next ones, let's see exactly how it looks in the frame at the museum. Ooh, baby, it feels so good to finally have this in my world. But let's not get ahead of ourselves since there's a lot more to get done. With much more motivation, I grinded out gathering materials and built up 2 more paintings. Can you guess what they are just from these montages and time lapses? Let me know in the comments before they're done. Hurry, do it! We're almost finished! If you said the Scream and Water Lilies, you would be correct. Yay, you did it! I totally believe all of you got it without watching through first. Yeah. I know it took such a long time to make these relatively to scale instead of just making one map for them, but it's definitely worth it looking at them here in the museum. Back in October of 2023, I released a community announcement on my channel stating that whoever becomes my 500 subscriber will get to choose whatever painting they love to put in my museum, and the winner was Opossum Freak 404, and they chose Skull of a Skeleton with Burning Cigarette by Van Gogh. I love sharing my progress with all of you in this world, and it is always so cool having small details like this that are shared amongst the community. And with that, let's grind it out for all the resources we will need and build up the painting. Now that we have all the resources, let's get to it and build it up. This one's for you, Possum. Oh yeah, I absolutely love how this turned out. I really hope you enjoy it, Possum. All right, let's see exactly what it looks like. Oh, that looks so cool. It looks so cool. All right, let's go put it in the museum. Oh yeah, I love how it looks. I really hope you enjoy Possum. I actually really loved building this one up. It wasn't that bad, but I love it. And thank you so much for all the support, guys. I know it's been a crazy long time since I've posted last, but hopefully you can see exactly why I've taken some time off with this project. I mean, it's been absolutely crazy, but it's not the last one. We got one more to do. Adding on another piece of art, I am putting the painting of all paintings into the museum here, and that is the Mona Lisa. Painted by Leonardo da Vinci in the early 1500s, this monumental painting currently resides in the Louvre in France. But once I've had a swing at it, it will stand here in the gallery of the museum. That should be the last block. Let's take a look at it from up above. Ooh, baby, that looks so cool. All right, let's look at it on the map. Oh yeah, that's sick. Let's take it to the museum. And there you go. We've finally done it. I absolutely love how all of these paintings look. What else should we put in here?